I am an artist. Hola, habaneros! Today, I'm going to be showing you how to be a very good artist, because I actually do very good artistic things with art, and also art. So let's get right there. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is get something to do the art on. I have this Just Basics Series 3 clipboard. It's very good. It's made out of wood. As you can see, it's gotten a lot of use. It's got some scratches. The next thing you're going to need is paper, good quality paper. See, this is Rexon Series 12 artist sketchbook paper. As you can see, it has lines, but those actually don't show up after you've drawn on them, but you have to get an app on your phone to make the lines disappear when you're done. The nice thing about this Just Basics clipboard, it has a little clip right there, so you can just clip your paper in and you're good to go. So you're also going to want very good tools to draw with. So I have this DNR pencil. It's very good. It's got a soft tip, so let's focus. Got a soft tip, and it feels very nice in your hand, and I like the design as well. So there's that. Also want a pen for outline, so I have this Inkjoy Papermate, and see, these are very expensive, but it is worth every single penny you spend on it. So after you have all these supplies, which this is really all you need, you're going to want to start your illustration or whatever you're doing. So you have to decide what you're going to draw, and you might want to get a reference image. That's definitely very important. Before you do that, you've got to assess your skill level. So just try and draw something basic like a banana. And if you don't think you're very good, you can find tutorials on YouTube that will help you get better. And then decide what you're going to want to draw for your own original work, and you can get right to that. So what I'm going to be drawing today is going to be very complicated. I am going to take you guys through step by step to help you try and imitate this work of art that I'm about to make. You might not be able to do it perfectly the first time, and that's okay. It's all about trial and error, learning. So don't get mad if you don't do super great the first time you try, or even the second time. It's all about progression and getting better and such. Okay? Also, portraits are the hardest, and that's what I'm going to be doing, like a portrait of a person. So I'm going to be drawing Selena Gomez. Why? Because, I just decided I was going to pick someone who would be well known. People would know, and they'd be able to tell that, well, my drawing will look just like her, and then, it'll be more impressive than somebody they don't know. With this, you're going to want to draw the outline of the body first. See, I don't need reference images anymore because I've gotten so good at drawing, but you probably will, so make sure you get one. Since I am not using a reference image, I can make her in any position I want. First, you want to draw the outline. You want to decide whether you want it to be a portrait or landscape. I'm doing portrait because it's going to be a full body shot. I need the room. So the first thing you're going to want to do is just draw the outline of the body. This doesn't have to look perfect. It's really just what you're going to build the body around. I don't know if y'all can see this on the camera. See, now I have our skeleton. You can kind of see it on the camera. That's like basically the skeleton of the drawing. No one's really ever going to see this once you're done, but it's for your own reference. Just like nobody should really see your skeleton once you're done being made. So then what you want to do is you want to build on top of this skeleton to make what you want. You make the skeleton and you build everything else around it. You don't make the skeleton with like the clothes in mind. You make the skeleton just with the pose, not with the facial features, because you have to build that around the skeleton. Next, we're going to add on a facial marker to make sure the face is proportional. And once again, that's just like the skeleton. Nobody's going to see that after the product is finished. Also, you want to make sure you have the joints in there at the knees and the elbows, and you know which way it's facing. This is just more markers for yourself, really. So now we have the skeleton down, it's time to draw the eyes. Why the eyes first? Well, I just find it to be more grounded that way. The thing you want to watch out for that many artists make the mistake of is drawing both eyes like step by step at the same time, because then the eyes will actually look symmetrical, and you do not want that, because eyes don't look exactly the same, and people will be able to tell that it's not real. So now that you've drawn, after you draw one eye really well, you want to make sure you draw the other one next after that, so that you can just look over and see what's going on with that eye. So now it really has that look of realism on there, and so you're not going to have a problem with people being like, hey, those eyes look way too similar, it doesn't look like a real person. Next, you just got to draw the rest of the facial features. Then you get the hair in here. Once again, don't worry about like doing each side step by step, because then it'll look too symmetrical and it won't look real. So then you gotta draw the skin over the bones, or more the body shape really, because you don't want to draw skin where it's unnecessary, where you might have clothes covering it. But see there, that's the general body shape that you'll be using. It looks real realistic. It really looks like she's, she's in the pose that I wanted. And see, that's why we do the skeleton first, because if I had done this first, it would have looked terrible. Then you draw the clothes on over. And basically, you gotta like form the clothes to her body, because, that's the way clothes work. So I've got that shirt and pants. And now it's time to shade in the skin. Now the skin is shaded, and it looks very realistic. Honestly, like, I can't tell. This isn't even finished, and I can't really tell this from the actual Selena Gomez. Now that you've got like the drawing finished, you want to outline with a marker or pen or something. So you want to make it as close as possible to the sketch, because I know some people have problems where they outline the sketch and they like didn't follow the lines exactly, and so it looks really dumb. So what you gotta do, you just gotta be very meticulous. It might take you a long time, but you gotta be patient about it. See, so now you gotta outline the more intricate facial features. And here we are almost finished. We just have to do some more shading. And really, this isn't even taking me that long, but that's just because I've had a lot of practice in my day. And I'm just really good, and you probably won't be at first. When you're shading, you also have to remember where your light source is. See, my light source is right here. I'm just imagining there's a light right in the corner. So you gotta make sure you do shadows behind the object where the light is and in front, because in real life, shadows don't really obey the laws of physics. We all know real life is messy. So if you want people to think your art is photorealistic, then you gotta have shadows literally just everywhere. Just tint the whole work, really, is what you gotta do. Tint everything, because this looks more realistic. So that's pretty much the finished work. Usually, if I'm going to have a digital copy, I will retouch the colors on my tablet or computer or whatever. But this is really just, it's supposed to be a black and white portrait, so it really works out. The one thing you never want to forget to do, especially when you make something beautiful like this, is you want to make your artist's signature. You don't want to make it too big or too noticeable, because that just gets annoying. But you got to make sure it's there. Also, I like to put the name of the person, so that whoever buys my piece of art never forgets who I drew, because some people are really dumb. So you got to put Selena Gomez. There we go. And really, it's pretty simple. You just got to get the hang of it. And I think that this work will be worth more, because I showed you all step by step how to do it. So I'm going to be selling this on eBay, this beautiful portrait of Selena Gomez on very fine paper with very fine materials, for about $250. That's actually on the cheaper side. I'm just trying to give you guys a discount, so if you want to check out the work step by step, it's not that hard. You can buy it just for $250. It's not too bad. So that's the finished work. Thanks for watching. Over to my outro. Go ahead and click subscribe. Buy my work, please.